What's good? What's good with you, my people? Opportunity just to sit here, vibe with you for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Good things are happening. Good things are really happening. Things are taking shape. It's been a journey to get to this point. But I learned a lot. I'm grateful for every step of the process. And I truly believe that this is going to be the season where things begin to shift, because I understand so much now about what it takes in order for me to succeed as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Pouring into everybody else, but at the same time, I'm learning and I'm growing. So I'm only teaching from what I've learned and what I've experienced. And I look back, I'm looking back and I'm like, all right, man, we did some things. We put some work in. You know what I'm saying? I pat myself on the back and I give God the glory for what he has been able to do up until this point, especially with my support system and the people that I have there in my corner to make everything possible, man. From my lady to my mother, my daughters, my girls, my sister, my people, the community, my brothers, man, you know what I'm saying? And the goal is really to make my people proud, man, to give them something that they can be proud of in terms of, the change and the transformation that can happen when you come from where we come from, and to inspire and to hope others and to teach others the tools to be able to do the same, so that way we can literally break free as a people, man, and future generations don't have to suffer, but that we're leaving a legacy for our kids so that way they don't repeat the mistakes of that we committed. You know what I'm saying? So, we have the information. Now I have the space. I opened up the space. It's coming together nice. Got some, finishing touches to put on there. Just got to do what I got to do as I can do it. Trust God every step of the way. But I believe this is going to be the thing that when we get this up and running the right way, to where everything comes together. Everything that I've been doing, where it seemed like I was all over the place. Now, I wasn't all over the place. I was just building different baskets, different lanes. I knew I was going to come back to it. And I feel like this is the season where we coming back to everything. And you're going to see it all come together. All the work, everything that I've been doing for the past couple of years is going to start to come together. It's going to start to click. And y'all going to get to see what it was that I was really, really building. This stuff takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. I'm not building a business. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? This is my life. I'm trying to build a life that honors God and something that my family could be proud of, and to be able to establish something in my bloodline and in my community, to take that role of what it is to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what life has taught me. As a man, you got to be a man. You gotta serve outside of yourself. You gotta secure your bloodline, and that's what we gotta teach our youngins. That's what we gotta teach the young men out there, you know what I'm saying, that are having these babies and stuff like that, man, to establish something positive inside of their bloodline, so that way their children, we can break free from this, man. The patterns that we was locked into don't have to be the patterns that we subject to and submit to. We can rise above it all, man. The information's out there, the resources is out there, the tools is out there. Listen, we can really succeed as a people if we just put our mind towards it, and have the proper mindset and how we approach life and how we see, problems and opportunities, and how we navigate this stuff. So, but yeah, we got some things coming, man. We got some things coming. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Like I said, man, I haven't been this excited or thrilled in a long time. I'm seeing what God is doing. And I think that really comes from all the adversity that I went through, man. Past couple years, I was just looking at my pictures with Kelly, and I'm like, damn, we had a good run. We had, a nice run on that last leg up. You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But then I'm thinking about all the stuff that it took to get there. I'm like, damn, oof. But you know what? We had those moments that we could look back on for the rest of our lives. And I realize now that the moments of adversity don't even mean nothing. They don't even hold the same weight. So if I got to suffer for a minute in order to get to the joy, like I know the cycle now, you know what I'm saying? So I'll go through it to get to it. And when I get to it, I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to create a memory, because when we look back, we're not looking back at our hardships. We're looking back at our moments of joy, our moments of peace. And that's essentially what life is about, finding your joy and finding your peace. So, this is how we're approaching this thing, because it says that that God gives us a peace that surpasses all understanding. Like, if you really knew the half, if you really knew what it was that I was going through and what I'm still going through and dealing with, you wonder how it is I smile. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, and because I'm not afraid to live, you know what I'm saying? Like, problems happen, things can happen, man. It happens in every walk of life. It happens at your job, it happens at home, it happens in your personal life. So you develop problem-solving skills, and you be able to learn how to deal with your problems accordingly. And then, and however you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, just in order to keep your peace, because your peace is what matters. Your peace is what's essential. Your peace is what brings healing in your life. Your peace is what gives you access to everything else. You got to be like Paul, man. Apostle Paul said he found himself content no matter what state he was in. If he was up, he was good. If he was down, he was good. God is still God. I still get to experience him, even in my lows, to know that, I'm here, but I'm not staying here. And even if I'm here, that I'm still provided for. We really got to switch our perspectives. And I'm glad that I've had that shift happen in my life, to where something's come upon me and it's like, all I know is life. All I know what it is to walk with God daily in the midst of everything. That's all I know. That's all I can testify to, what my daily walk with God looks like. I ain't no preacher, no pastor, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a dude that chose to walk with Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I share my experiences and what I learned along the way, what I've learned from the Master, what I've learned from the teacher, what I've learned from the Savior, what I've learned from my Lord, what I've learned from my God. Because that's what he calls us to. He calls us to relationship, just to walk with him. It ain't always going to be squeaky clean. Like, we on the battlefield. You're going to get hit. You're going to get a couple of scars, like, but you stay in the game. That's the only way not to lose. If he died for me and my life is secure in him, then, I'm going all the way with him. I'm going all the way with Christ. And I'm here to stir up that belief in my people, like, let's go all the way with this thing. Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's here. It's available to us. We don't have to wait until we die to experience it. That's a whole nother level of thinking that I'm already prepared for. Remember that access program I kept leaking? I'm already prepared for that. That's already done. But I gotta build my people up first and get them to that point. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I still got a lot of embracing my own identity as it pertains to some of those things, because I'm believing God for miracles and for the supernatural. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen good things happen, but good things happen to even bad people. So it's like, I want to see the supernatural. I want to see the miraculous happen. And God is building my faith to be able to receive that, to have the ability to be able to see it and experience it in the physical and in the natural. I got big faith. Because, I know what it is to walk with a big God, man. And I know what it is to know what's available and have seen it done in the lives of others that have consecrated themselves before God and have received the blessing, So, and I know there's more growth for me in my journey. I'm still a pup, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a knucklehead. So it is what it is. But, to the degree that I'm willing to submit, that's the degree that I'll be able to experience the fullness of God at that level in my life. And, I'm just going to keep pressing forward. So, I never get comfortable at any level in my experience, because I know that there's always more. And the more is what I'm going after. That's what I'm chasing. I'm chasing God's presence. I'm doing my best to make sure I walk in obedience. I still got a couple of things who don't, you know what I'm saying? But we're working on it, and that's just the process. That's how we grow. That's how we build. That's how we become strong in Christ. When he reveals it to us, it's like, this is your classroom until you get it done. And when you get it done, then you can move forward. A lot of times, God's not blocking our blessing. We are, because we don't want to pass the test, or we don't want to put certain things down, or, so the things we hold on to, we could even excel in other areas. But there'll always be that one area in our life where we had the opportunity to open up the door and unlock a blessing. So that way we could be walking in the complete blessing of God, not lacking any good thing. So, it's what we surrender is how we are able to advance and progress in the things of God. And I'm learning that. There's still pieces of me that, I just hold on to, and I don't know why. But the things that I do, and the things that I do know, and the things that I have overcome, those are the things that I teach about. Those are the things that I teach about. And I'm always going to remain a student. So I'm always going to have a fresh revelation or fresh insight or a fresh perspective to be able to offer my people, because I'm always seeking mentorship. I'm always seeking information. I'm always seeking, the presence of the Holy Spirit, asking God, how does this relate? What does this mean? How does it apply to life? How can you teach it? How can it benefit others? And that's how we keep ourselves in the game. Because my growth isn't going to stop until the day that listen, man, I'm every day striving to become the best version of myself. Every day, committed to learning something new. Committed to a deeper level of surrender, I'm really about, this life. And that's why, now I know that the time is coming where we're going to get ready to put everything together, man. The vision that's coming together at the shop, man, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, little by little, man, it's like little by little. And then we're going to open it up, and we're going to start running programs out of there. And, I'm going to start running the program online. And it's just about connecting people, man. Connecting people. Because everybody's so disconnected nowadays. So many people feel alone. And if I believe in community the way that I believe in community, I realize that there has to be a bridge that's built in order where people can be able to connect and just have a safe space to be able to feel seen, be heard, feel appreciated, to be able to share, to be encouraged and to encourage. A place of dialogue where relationships and bonds are formed, where people come together and pray. Pure, out of love. So I thank you all, man. I really do thank you all for staying locked on with me, man. I see in my stories, and I see in my likes who my I'm not going to say followers. I see who my tribe is. You know what I'm saying? I see who my peoples are, for real. And I'm glad that we can stay connected, and I pray that, when I pour out, that you receive, because I receive from all of y'all as well. That's how community works. We feed off each other. Nobody's no more or less insignificant than anybody, because we're here to help each other, to encourage each other. Once that bond remains, our bond remains to, I may not be able to do it all, but if I can play a small part in your journey, that's what I'm here for. Even if it's just to encourage you. I got a lot of people that encourage me. That's why days when I feel like giving up, I can't give up, because the people that I got that encourage me. The people that know that, no matter, even if it was 15, 20 years ago, you could still come to me like it was yesterday, and I'm going to love you the same. You know what I'm saying? With or without what it was that held us together. Nah, man, yo. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about love, man. It's about peace. It's about growth. It's about seeing our people advance. It's about dreams coming true. It's about God being glorified, first and foremost and above all. So, but yeah, man, I love you. Family, I love you. Middletown, I love you. All my people out there, I love you. And get ready, because we're going to get ready to do some serious ministry. And we, the people, we, the living stones, the ones that are being built up, we're the church. You know what I'm saying? So I like being in the streets. So that's why I tell my pastor, I'm like, yo, pastor, just leave me in the streets to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I love the house of God. But I know I'm called to the streets. I'm called to my people. So You know, we're gonna build at a street level, and we're gonna open it up, man, and we're gonna do what we was always supposed to do. We're gonna be about it this season. So get ready, man. Buckle up. Thank you for your love. God bless you.